Okay, we're on again. Haven't made an awful lot of progress since I last had the video on, but we're getting there. I think another few minutes and we'll be at the top. Of course, I don't know when we get to this ridge up here, which I'm just going to zoom in on now, if there's going to be even more mountain beyond that. There might be. I don't know how much further gondola ride will last, but I'm certainly getting my money's worth. So I'll see if I can upload all of these tonight. I think they are going to be quite big, but I can make them a bit smaller by converting them to a different format, converting them to YouTube format before I upload them. And we're nearly coming to a stop again. You can see lots of lines in the snow. I'm not sure if they'll come out very well. Maybe if I zoom in on them. Yep. So those are the paths that different skiers have come down. Either people with two skis or people with snowboards. And I suppose in winter time they don't maybe last for all that long because it just snows again and then you've got fresh snow on top. But it maybe hasn't snowed up at the top here for a few weeks now. It's just not been warm enough for all the snow to melt yet. Although we had a bit of snow earlier this week, even down in Aspen town, so maybe there was some snow on top. So I think what people have been doing, if they've been coming up here to ski, is that they ski down the mountain and then they get back on board the gondola and do it all over again. I suppose there isn't really any other way to do it because it's very, very steep. You wouldn't be able to walk back up again. But I'm only going to have time to do one ride. And that's fine, I don't really want to ski back down again. I'll just go down in the gondola and that will do me. So we're quite high above the ground at this point. It's a wee bit hard to tell that on the video, I suppose. And we're swaying a wee bit in the wind. Maybe you can see the tree moving from side to side. Well, of course it's not really the tree that's moving, it's me. So as I said, if you weren't too good with heights, I don't think you would like this very much. And I think this is maybe the highest I've ever been, because I think I'm higher up now than Mexico City, which is very high, and I've never climbed any of the mountains around Mexico City. I'm now about 11,500 feet maybe, something like that. And that means that the air's a bit thinner because there's not so much air above pressing down and all the air at this altitude. And that means it's a wee bit hard to do things like run about because you wind up short of breath. There's not as much oxygen in the air. It also can mean it can be a bit windy and a bit cold, but I'm hoping it won't be too bad. Oh, there goes another skier. Off he goes. Whoops, and he's gone. No, there's still quite a bit of mountain up ahead, so I don't really know where it's going to finish. So I think I'm going to stop the video for a few minutes until we get to the top of this bit and the view sort of changes, because it's all a bit the same really at this part. Maybe what I'll do is, before I do that, I'll turn around and see what the view looks like looking back down. Oh wow, now that is good. So Aspen looks very far away now, and you can see lots more of the Rocky Mountains round about. Over in that direction where I'm pointing now is Denver, where my flight came from Chicago last week. And then flying from Denver to Aspen, you land at the airport, and maybe you can just about see the airport now. I'll zoom in on it. There's the runway. Yeah, so it's quite tricky for the pilots to land in Aspen because they've got to weave their way in between the mountains. Okay, so I'll switch it off now for a minute.